Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is the video presenting the solutions to selected problems in plane and spherical trigonometry 4. So here are the problems. First, um, we have solved the triangle whose given parts are A 120 degrees, B 73 degrees, C 63 degrees. These are all sides, so we use the law of cosines for the sides, which is cosine of side A equals cosine of side B, cosine of side C plus sine side B, sine side C times cosine of the angle opposite to angle A. So that's the formula that should be used because the other formulas are of that same pattern. Sorry for that. For the animations are not in sequential order. So here is the solution. So as mentioned earlier, cosine of side A equals cosine of side B cosine of side C plus sine of B sine C cosine of the angle opposite to side A. Substituting values, cosine 120 degrees equals cosine 73 degrees, cosine 63 plus sine 73 sine 63 cosine angle A. So using your calculator there, angle A is 137 degrees 57 minutes. So likewise, cosine of side B equals cosine of A 120, cosine of C 63, sine of A, sine of C, cosine of angle B. So B is 47 degrees 42 minutes. Then cosine of side C equals cosine of A, cosine of side B plus sine of side A, sine of B, cosine of angle C. So angle C 43 degrees 33 minutes. Problem 2, solve the spherical triangle whose given parts are angles A 85 degrees, B 110 degrees, C 73 degrees. So this time the angles are given. So the law of cosines for the angles would be cosine of angle A equals negative cosine of angle B cosine of angle C plus sine angle B sine angle C times cosine of the side opposite to angle A. So again, cosine angle A equals cosine angle B cosine equals negative cosine angle B cosine angle C plus sine angle B sine angle C cosine of side A. So substituting, cosine of 85 degrees equals negative cosine 110 degrees cosine 73 degrees plus sine 110 degrees sine 73 degrees, then cosine of side A. Solving for side A, 90 degrees 49 minutes. Cosine of angle B equals negative cosine of angle A, cosine of angle C, sine of angle A, sine angle C, cosine of side B. So side B is 109 degrees 24 minutes. Then cosine of angle C equals negative cosine of angle A, cosine of angle B, plus sine angle A, sine angle B, cosine of side C. So side C is 73 degrees 43 minutes. Problem 3, determine the area of the spherical triangle whose given parts are angles. Then the radius of the sphere is 50 meters. Solve for the spherical excess in two ways. The area of a spherical triangle is, remember, area of circle pi r square times quantity spherical excess divided by 180 degrees. The spherical excess is simply sum of these angles minus 180 degrees. Then it is 88 degrees the spherical excess. So since we are obliged to solve for the spherical excess in two ways, so that you will also be forced to memorize the other formula, which is tangent of E over 4, spherical excess over 4, equals square root of tangent of quantity S over 2 times tangent of quantity S minus A over 2 times tangent of quantity S minus B all over 2 times quantity tangent of S minus C all over 2, where S is half the perimeter, which is 90 degrees 49 minutes, 109 degrees 24 minutes plus 73 degrees 43 minutes all over 2. So I intentionally put this problem with these angles because we already solved the sides from problem 2, and we don't need to compute or determine these sides again because it will prolong the solution. So, but if we are obliged to solve for the spherical excess in two ways, so we must apply this. And if there's no prepared solution for these sides here, then we are obliged also to solve for these sides using this same law of cosines for the angles. So the value of S is 136 degrees 58 minutes. So therefore 136 degrees 58 minutes divided by 2, that's S over 2, 68 degrees 29. S minus A over 2, 136.58 minus 90 degrees 49 all over 2, that's 23 degrees and 4.5 minutes. That's minutes. Then S minus B over 2 is 136.58, 136 degrees 58 minutes minus 109 degrees 24 minutes all over 2. So that is 13 degrees 47 minutes. And finally, S minus C all over 2, 136 degrees 58 minutes minus 73 degrees 43 minutes all over 2 is 31 degrees 37.5 minutes. Substitute into the formula square root of tangent of S over 2, tangent of quantity S minus A over 2 times tangent of quantity S minus B over 2 times tangent of quantity S minus C over 2. Then extract the square root. Then inverse tangent of the answer. Then multiply by 4 and you will get 88 degrees. So the area of the spherical triangle therefore is pi, radius of the sphere 50 square, then spherical excess divided by 180 degrees. So that is rounded off to 3,840 square meters. Problem 4. Compute the area of the loon and the corresponding volume of the spherical wedge. If the dihedral angle is 50 degrees and the radius of the sphere is 15 centimeters. So this is the skin. Green is area that's called spherical loon, while the wedge, the solid, is the spherical wedge. The dihedral angle is given 50 degrees, and we do not memorize formula, we just apply proportion here, ratio and proportion. Because if the dihedral angle is 360 degrees, then it is now the surface area of the sphere. And it is also the volume of the whole sphere. So that's why you have area of the loon as to 50 degrees equals area of the hemisphere. Surface area of the hemisphere is 4 pi r square. 4 pi 15 square divided by 360 degrees. Solving for area of the loon, 392.7 square centimeters. Likewise, volume of the loon as to 50 degrees equals volume of sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cube, 4/3 pi 15 cube, divided by 360 degrees. So solving for the volume, it is 1963 cubic centimeters. Problem 5. Philippine Airlines, or the PAL, is to fly from Manila 121 degrees east, 14 degrees north, to Tokyo, which is 135 degrees 45 minutes, and longitude east, then 35 degrees 39 minutes north at 3 p.m. What is the travel time from Manila to Tokyo? In what direction should the plane maintain, assuming the air is calm? PAL flies at the rate of 600 nautical miles per hour. Also determine the difference in time between Manila and Tokyo based on their geographical coordinates. So let's draw the globe, then prime meridian, the meridian through uh, Manila, and the meridian through Tokyo. So they lie on the same side east of the prime meridian, with Tokyo the farther uh, meridian because it has uh, greater longitude. So this is the prime meridian. This is the meridian through Manila. This is Manila. And since the latitude is 40 degrees, that's 40 degrees, then this is 76 degrees, 90 minus 14 degrees. Likewise, in Tokyo, the latitude is 35 degrees 39 minutes. This is the meridian through Tokyo, Japan. Its longitude is 139 degrees 95 minutes. So this angle is 139 degrees 45 minutes minus 121 degrees. So that's 18 degrees 80 degrees 45 minutes. So likewise, the latitude of Tokyo is 35 degrees 39 minutes north. So therefore, this side of the spherical triangle, we treat this as the spherical triangle to be solved, is 90 degrees minus 35 degrees 39, so it is 54 degrees 21 minutes. So we have here a triangle, and the side opposite the North Pole is denoted by small n. Let's solve for small n, this red colored side of the spherical triangle. We apply law of cosines for the side. So cosine of n equals cosine of 76 degrees, cosine of 54 degrees 21, plus sine of 76, sine of 54 degrees 21, times cosine of 18 degrees 45 minutes. So using your calculator, n is 27 degrees 26 minutes. So let's convert that to minutes. 27 degrees times 60 minutes per degree plus 26 minutes. So that's 1,646 minutes. And since 1 minute on the surface of the earth corresponds, or on the terrestrial sphere, corresponds to 1 nautical mile, so therefore the number of minutes is also the number of nautical miles, 1,646 nautical miles. So time is distance over speed. Distance 1646 nautical miles. Speed of the plane 600 nautical miles per hour. So travel time would be 2.743 hours from Manila to Tokyo. Then also determine in the difference in time between Manila and Tokyo based on their geographical coordinates. So Tokyo will have advanced time because it is east than Manila, and we convert 18 degrees 45 minutes to hour. We divide this by 15 degrees per hour because the meridians are separated 15 degrees apart, where 15 degrees is 360 degrees around the globe divided by 24 hours in a day. So that's why it is 15 degrees. And 15 degrees, or distance between meridians, corresponds to 1 hour. So to solve for this angle F, because the bearing is north, this angle degrees east, we apply sine law this time because we already solved for n, and we anticipated that this angle n is acute. So sine of side opposite n 54 degrees 21 minutes as to sine of angle n equals sine of n, which is 27 degrees 26 minutes, has to sine of angle opposite it 18 degrees 45 minutes. So M is 34 degrees 32 minutes. Therefore, the plane must follow the direction north 34 degrees 32 minutes east. Then the change in time or the difference in time between Manila and Tokyo would be this angle here converted, or this angle 18 degrees 45 minutes, we divide that by 15 degrees per hour. The explanation, 360 degrees divided by 24 hours is 15 degrees, so 15 degrees per hour. And the time difference between Manila and Tokyo is 1.25 hours. With Tokyo, the more advanced, the time there is advanced by 1 hour and 15 minutes than the time in Manila. Problem 6. Let's proceed to problem 6. Uh, we have here determine the distance between Davao with coordinates 122 degrees east, 7 degrees north, and San Francisco, California, USA, 106 degrees west, 43 degrees north. If Greenwich Mean Time is 6 p.m., what are the times and days in Davao and San Francisco based on standard time zones? So let's have the figure showing the North Pole and the equator so that we can view Davao and San Francisco because they have different meridians. One is east, the other is west, and longitudes are more than 90 degrees. So this is the situation. This is the top view, north. So this is the meridian through Davao. So that's Davao. 7 degrees from the equator, latitude north. So this distance PN is 90 minus 7, so 83 degrees. Likewise, San Francisco, this is 122 degrees east. San Francisco, California is longitude 106 degrees west, so that's 106 degrees, and it is from the equator 43 degrees. So this distance from San Francisco to the North Pole, San Francisco to the North Pole is 90 degrees minus 43 degrees 47 minutes. The distance from Davao to the North Pole, so this is Davao to the North Pole, is 83 degrees. 90 minus 7 degrees, so 83 degrees. And the angle here is 132 degrees. To get 132, that's 360 degrees minus 122 degrees minus 106 degrees. So given two sides, the angle between the sides, so we again use cosine law to solve for n, cosine law for the sides. So cosine of n equals cosine 83, cosine 47, plus sine 83, sine 47, cosine of angle 132 degrees. Solving for n, 113 degrees 44 minutes. Converting this to minutes, 113 degrees times 60 minutes per degree plus 44, and that is in minutes. And 1 minute, remember, is also nautical mile for the terrestrial sphere. So n, the distance between Davao and San Francisco is 6,824 nautical miles. Davao's time, therefore, is GMT plus 8, where 8 is 122 divided by 15 degrees. So that's 8 point something, but that's rounded off to the nearest hour, which is 8. In fact, Davao's time is indeed GMT plus 8, Greenwich Mean Time plus 8. So 6 p.m. in the p.m. So plus 8, that's more than 12 midnights, and it exceeds 2. So that time is 2 a.m. and it is now on the next day or the following day. While San Francisco's time is Greenwich Mean Time because it lies in the west side, so -7, where 7 is 106 degrees divided by 15 degrees per hour, so that's about 7, and we round it off to 7. So 6 minus 7, 6 p.m. minus 7, so that's below 12 noon, 1 hour below 12 noon, so that is 11 a.m. and it is in the same day. Problem 7, determine the distance between Davao and Melbourne, Australia with longitude 134 degrees east and latitude 40 degrees south. So this time let's have this problem about distance. So let's draw the figure first. This is the figure. This is the prime meridian, the meridian through Davao, 7 degrees, so that's 83 degrees again, 90 minus 7, while Melbourne, Australia is below the equator, 40 degrees south. So if this is 40 degrees from equator to the North Pole, that's 90 degrees. 90 degrees plus 40 degrees is 130 degrees. So this is 130 degrees this side here. And we consider this spherical triangle, the shaded triangle. Likewise, this angle distance or angular spacing between meridians through Melbourne, Australia and Davao is 134 degrees minus 122 degrees, and that's 12 degrees. So again, to solve for the distance between Davao and Manila, we use law of cosines for the sides. Cosine of n equals cosine 83 times cosine 130 degrees plus sine 83 sine 130 cosine of angle between them, so cosine of 12. So solving for n is 48 degrees 17 minutes. Again, converting this to minutes, 48 times 60 minutes per degree plus 17, 2897 nautical miles. And in this problem, by the way, we express the distance in kilometers. So 2897 nautical miles, 1 mile, 6,080 feet. So that is now in feet. Then 1 meter, 3.2808 feet. Then finally 1 kilometer per 1,000 meter. The resulting unit would be kilometers. So therefore, the distance between Davao and Melbourne, Australia is 5,369 kilometers. Problem 8. You are 800 nautical miles south of the equator. So find your latitude. So the latitude is south. And let's convert 800 nautical miles to degrees. So we simply divide 800 nautical miles by 60 minutes per degree. And remember, 60 minutes is also nautical miles. So cancel nautical mile, the resulting unit is degrees. And we also express that to minutes. So 30 degrees, 20 minutes. So it is, the latitude is 30 degrees, 20 minutes south for that point. Problem 13, an airplane flew from Manila, 14 degrees, 36 minutes north, 121 degrees, 5 minutes east, at a course south, 30 degrees east, maintaining a certain altitude and following a great circle path. If its ground speed is 350 knots or 350 nautical miles per hour, after how many hours will it cross the equator? So let's compute the distance from Manila to the point where the path of the plane crosses the equator. And the meridian through Manila and the equator form an angle of 90 degrees, so we can form a 90-degree spherical triangle, or a right spherical triangle. So this is the situation. This is the meridian through Manila. So this is 14 degrees 36 minutes. And this is the path of the plane. And this is the right spherical triangle that I'm talking about. So this is 30 degrees because the direction of the plane is south, 30 degrees east. So that's 30 degrees, and we call that capital M for that angle. The opposite to that is N. This is angle E, so opposite to that is small e, 14 degrees, 36 minutes. This is the side. And opposite the 90-degree angle is L. We have to solve for L by the rule either sin tanad or sin cos of, depending on the given situation. So this is the Napier circle. And remember, elements adjacent to the 90-degree angle, which is L here, must be retained, which are E and N, excluding the 90-degree angle. So next would be opposite to this 90-degree angle, there are three elements. They are replaced by their complements. So complement of E, complement of L, then complement of N. Then let's check the elements of this right spherical triangle that are given. So M and E are given, 30 degrees and 14 degrees, 36 minutes. And we're looking for L. So these three elements are adjacent to each other. So we apply sin tanad rule. Sine of any middle part, which is co-M, the middle part, is equal to tangent of the adjacent. Sin tan ad. Ad means adjacent part. So tangent of E, then tangent of complement of L. So that is sine of complement of M equals tangent of E, then times tangent of complement of L. For those who are not familiar with this, you go back, you watch the preceding video, maybe in plane and spherical trigonometry 3 about Napier circle, so that you know how to set up this equation. Sin sine of complement of M is cosine of M, and tangent of complement of L is cotangent of L, and cotangent of L is 1 over tangent of L. So cosine of M is tangent of B divided by tangent of L. Solving for tangent of L, it is equal to tangent of A, tangent of 40 degrees 36 minutes divided by cosine of M, which is 30 degrees. Then inverse tangent, we find L, this length of path of the plane, 16 degrees 44 minutes, convert this to minutes. So 16 degrees times 60 minutes per degree plus 44, that's 1004 minutes, and that's also 1004 nautical miles. So time is distance over speed. So 1004 nautical miles divided by speed, 350 nautical miles, or 250 knots, 250 nautical miles per hour. So travel time, or the time where the plane crosses the equator, is 2.869 hour. Finally, problem 15. Along the equator, a boat in the Pacific Ocean sails in 1 day and 6 hours at an average speed of 22 knots. What is the change in longitude it traveled? So the angular distance traveled by the boat in minutes first. So in nautical miles, and since 1 nautical mile is also 1 minute on the surface of the earth, subtending, and 1 nautical mile is the arc distance on the surface of the earth, subtending an angle of 1 minute. The explanation is in the preceding video. Then from there, we convert the change in longitude to degrees, and we can compute the change in longitude that the boat traveled. So let us say this is the path on the equator. This is the initial point, final point. So delta L is speed, which is 22 knots or 22 nautical miles per hour, times travel time, 1 day and 6 hours. 1 day, 24 hours, plus 6, so 30 hours. So Speed times time, 22 nautical miles per hour times 30 hours. So that's 660 nautical miles. Delta L therefore is 660 minutes or 660 nautical miles divided by 60 minutes per degree. So that would be 11 degrees. So that's it for this video. The other problems, like problem 14, 13, it may be similar to the preceding examples.